Namaste. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. This is a gentle yoga-inspired practice, inspired by the Dharma yoga style as taught by my guru, Sri Dharma. I am really excited, as always, to share these practices with you and to be able to share the teachings of yoga with you. It is a great honor and privilege of mine and a blessing to be able to offer up these teachings to the best of my ability. I also want to recognize and touch quickly upon what yoga is. Yoga is divine union, seeing ourselves in everyone so that we can all be connected. And yoga is an ancient spiritual philosophy that stems from India thousands of years ago. So all of these different techniques, from the stretching and the strengthening and all of the physical exercises we do, to the breathing, to the deep relaxation, to the purification, everything that we do is in order for us to achieve divine union, to see ourselves as all one. Right now, I know that we're facing a lot of social and civil injustices. We have for a very, very long time. And currently, a lot of that is just being recognized, especially in the yoga community. I want to recognize here with my teachings that I want my classes to be accessible to all, that this is a safe space, no matter your race, your gender, your sexuality, or anything else that may define your identity. You are welcome here. I also want to touch upon that because yoga is divine union, it is our duty as those that practice yoga to also help and serve others. There's no point in reaching the goal individually if we're not helping everyone get there collectively. So through these practices, whether you're taking classes or a teacher or anywhere in between, but if you're on the yogic path, also use that time to practice selfless service. Be there for others. Do what you can to the best of your ability, always. These practices help us open our hearts. They help us purify our hearts in such a beautiful way. When we do that, we can then be better fit to have an open mind as well, and to recognize when there is suffering, injustices occurring, and then we have the ability to do something about it. So, in whatever form, whatever duty that is, use these practices as a way to help you commit to selfless service, to serve others so that we can collectively all get to the goal of yoga together. On that note, I want to also specifically dedicate this practice to all of those in the Black Lives Matter movement, all of those that have been working so tirelessly hard to work for equality, to see change in our system, to allow everyone to feel welcome and safe in our society and in our communities. I also want this practice to specifically be dedicated towards all of those that have been suffering from the systemic oppression of our country for so many hundreds of years. I see you. I know that I'll never understand your experiences, but I stand with you, and I vow to do what I can to help. And I want you to know that beyond these practices, I'm always sending you love, saying your names, working for change. I stand with you. So on that note, Let's get started. Let's begin with the Om. The Om symbolizes oneness, the collective vibration of the entire universe and everything everywhere. So imagine that you are connecting with everyone and everything, merging with all of creation. Close your eyes. You can follow along out loud or mentally. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a moment now, sitting tall with the eyes closed. Settle the breath. Go inside. Take a moment to dedicate this practice, offering up every pose, every action towards something beyond the individual self. Dedicating the practice towards someone, something you love, towards a notion such as love, peace, or justice, or towards raising the entire collective consciousness, helping all of us to receive greater awareness, leading everyone towards liberation and freedom. And may all beings everywhere receive the benefits of this practice through the mind, the body, and the senses. Let's begin. Finding your way onto your backs now. Lying down on your backs. Becoming comfortable. Closing the eyes. Allowing the breath to settle. Slow, deep inhales and exhales. Filling and emptying the lungs. The breath and the mind have a relationship. When we slow and steady the breath, the thoughts in the mind follow, allowing us to calm the mind. Allow your body to be completely relaxed, letting go of everything, like you're melting into the floor. Allow yourself to rest here in the present moment. Let go of the past. It has already happened. You cannot change it. Let go of the future, for it is yet to come. You cannot predict it. Allow yourself to be completely aware in this present moment. Being here right now. Let go of everything else. When you're completely aware in each present moment, you can do your very, very best to act with love, compassion, with awareness, to see how your actions affect yourself and others. It's a beautiful practice. From here, reaching the arms up overhead now, giving yourself a nice full body stretch. You can point the toes in the opposite direction if you wish. And then relax the arms once again. Let go of everything. One more full body stretch. Reaching the arms up overhead, pointing the toes in the opposite direction now. And then releasing the arms, letting go. From here now, hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Breathing into any points of tension. Imagine them melting away. Draw your forehead up towards your knee now. Now lowering the forehead back down, releasing the right leg. Switching sides now. Hugging the left knee in towards the chest. No pain, no strain. Wherever you're at is perfect. Don't push yourself too far. Love your body, respect its boundaries. From here, drawing the forehead up towards the knee. Lowering the head back down, releasing the leg. Resting for a few moments, letting go, settling the breath. From here, bringing the feet together. Hands rest palms facing down on either side of the body. Engaging the core and abdominal muscles as you keep the right leg straight, raising it up perpendicular to the floor. Lowering it back down 6 inches off the floor. Raise it all the way back up perpendicular. Lower it back down 6 inches off the floor. Raise the leg all the way back up, perpendicular. Now releasing the leg with control, lowering it back down. Release. Other side now, same thing. Engaging the core and belly muscles as you raise the left leg up. Perpendicular to the floor, lowering it down 6 inches off the mat. Raise the leg back up now. Lower it back down 6 inches off the mat. Raise the leg back up perpendicular to the floor. Now slowly lowering the leg all the way down with control. Once again, rest and let go. From here, bending the knees. Placing the feet on the floor close to the seat. Arms rest by either side, palms facing down. As you inhale, pressing the feet and shoulders into the mat, rolling up one vertebrae at a time into the bridge pose. On your next exhale, rolling back down one vertebrae at a time, just warming up the spine. One more time, pressing into the feet and into the shoulders, lifting the seat, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Then from here, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. If you'd like, you can hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking a little from side to side, allowing the floor to massage the lower back. Placing the feet back on the floor close to the seat. Arms extend out into a T now. Lowering the knees down towards the left side of the floor. Gazing over the right shoulder, pressing the shoulders into the mat as you twist. If you'd like, you can place a blanket or a pillow underneath of the knees to give yourself a little extra lift off the floor and some cushion. You can also, if you'd like, bring the left hand to anywhere on the right leg to aid in the twist. Otherwise, you can just stay right here like this. Coming back to center now, bringing the knees and the head back to center. Lowering the knees down towards the right side of the floor now. Gazing over the left shoulder. Twisting once again. Pressing the shoulders into the mat. If you'd like, you could place a blanket or a pillow underneath of the knees to aid in the twist. And if you'd like, as you press the shoulders into the mat, the right hand can come anywhere on the left leg to aid in the twist. Or you can just stay right here like this. Wherever you're at is absolutely perfect. No pain, no strain. Coming back to center. Extending the legs out now. And reaching the arms up overhead, full body stretch once again. Finding your way up to seated. From here, sitting nice and tall, crossing the legs however it's comfortable, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can sit on the heels. If it's tough to keep the spine tall, you can always sit in a chair, or you can place a blanket or a block or something, a pillow, underneath of the seat. This can help keep the spine straight and offer a little bit of support. So sitting comfortably, sitting nice and tall. Let's warm up the neck now, releasing any tension. Doing some gentle head rolls, just rolling the head in one direction. And then rolling the head in the opposite direction now. Bring the head back to center. All right, let's release some tension in the shoulders, warm up the shoulder joints as well. So, beginning by making circles, rolling the shoulders forward towards the wall in front of you, creating space between the shoulder blades. Now rolling the shoulders back, creating space in the chest. And rolling the shoulders back and down the back now. All right, let's warm up the wrists. Rolling the wrists in one direction. You can roll them in the other direction. And then shaking them out. We do a lot of work on technology these days, whether it's on a computer or on our phones, we're on our screens a lot, especially now with the pandemic going on, and a lot of us are working from home and, doing Zoom meetings or sending more emails, all that kind of stuff. We're on screens more, and that can be really tough on our wrists, so it's really good to make sure we work those out too. So from here, coming into a tabletop position, so coming onto the hands and knees, wrists will be directly underneath of the shoulders, knees right underneath of the hips. From here, as you inhale, lifting the tailbone and the gaze towards the ceiling, arching the spine. As you exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone in the chin. Inhale, arching. And exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Synchronizing breath and movement. Keep going on your own as you inhale, arching the spine, lifting the tailbone and the chin. As you exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone in the chin. Coming back to center now. Now we're going to stretch out the sides of our body. So this time, as you inhale, gazing over your left shoulder, Gazing at your left hip, stretching the right side of your body. As you exhale, come back to center. Inhale, gaze over the right shoulder now, stretching the left side of the body. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale over the left shoulder, stretching the right side. Come back to center. Inhale, look over the right shoulder. Exhale, come back to center. Keep going on your own. Once again, synchronizing breath and movement. Beautiful. Coming back to center now and bringing the feet together as you bring the knees wider than the hips. From here, begin to sink the seat down towards the heels, extending the arms out in front as you draw the forehead and the chest down towards the mat. This is a little too much for you. You can always place a blanket, a pillow, or a block between the heels and the seat. Or you can place, or both, you can place a pillow or a blanket underneath the forehead, or you can create a block as well. Or you can create your own pillow by stacking the hands or the fists. Resting here for a few breaths, settling the mind, going back to the offering you made at the beginning of the practice, remembering that everything is an act of love beyond the individual self. From here, finding your way onto your chest and bellies, coming to rest on the abdomen now. Coming onto one cheek, closing the eyes, settling the breath, letting go of everything. Like you're going to sleep for a couple moments, recharging. From here, Sukha Bhujangasana, the baby cobra pose. Bringing the feet together, hands come underneath of the shoulders. Tuck the elbows close to the body, rolling the shoulders onto the back, coming onto the forehead. Pressing the tops of the feet, the thighs, and the hips into the mat. From here, begin to lengthen the spine. If you just want to come onto the chin, this is perfect. Listen to your body. If you want to go deeper today, begin to lengthen a little bit more, lifting the chin and the chest off the mat. Remember, it's the core and the spine that are doing the work. The hands are just there for support and balance. Breaking the pose now, coming down, resting, settling the breath, letting go. The Sphinx pose now. Feet coming together once again. This time, elbows come underneath of the shoulders. Extending the forearms out in front, palms facing down. Pressing the tops of the feet, the thighs, and the hips into the mat as you roll the shoulders onto the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you draw the chest and the gaze towards the wall in front of you. And strong and still like a statue. Close the eyes and concentrate on the breath. On the inhale and the exhale. Breaking the pose now. Coming down, once again resting on one cheek, letting go of everything, recharging. From here, hands come underneath of the shoulders, curling the toes under. You can leave the knees on the mat as you push back to puppy pose, lengthening the spine. Or you can lift the knees, pushing back to downward facing dog. Here, continue to lengthen the spine, drawing the chest towards the thighs, drawing the back of the legs towards the wall behind you. You feel like you can bounce a little here, helping to warm the body up. Continuing to lengthen the spine, you could work on lowering the heels down towards the mat. But don't begin to round the spine to warm up the legs. I promise we'll have other poses to help open up the back of the legs. From here, bringing your gaze up to your hands, stepping or walking the feet to the hands. Feet should be underneath of your hips, softening the knees to bring the chest to the thighs, relaxing the head and neck. Options here. You can take hold of the opposite elbows with the hands and head, keeping the chest and the thighs connected, breathing into any points of tension. Imagine them melting away. If you want to go a little bit deeper today, hands can come to the backs of the heels or ankles. Keep the chest and thighs connected, relax the head and neck, maintaining the chest and the thigh connection, working on straightening the legs. Breathing, always remembering to breathe. From here, slowly rolling up to standing. Beautiful. Standing tall, closing the eyes, settling the breath. Go back to the offering, the dedication you made at the beginning of the practice. All right. Interlacing the fingers now, drawing the palms up towards the ceiling. Leaning towards the left, stretching the right side of the body. Lifting the gaze up towards the ceiling. Coming back to center, leaning towards the right now, stretching the left side of the body, lifting the gaze up. Come back to center, once more on each side. Leaning towards the left, stretching the right side of the body, lifting the gaze. Coming back to center, leaning towards the right, stretching the left side of the body, lifting the gaze. Coming back up, releasing the arms, interlacing the fingers behind the back now. Stepping the feet a bit wider than the hips, begin to fold forward, lifting the arms away from the back to help open the chest and the shoulders, drawing the arms overhead. You can relax the head and the neck. If this is a little too much for you, you can use a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, you can use a belt, you can use an old sock, a scarf, anything that you can grab hold to either side of with the hands. Then extend the arms overhead. This gives you a little bit more space to help open up the shoulders. If you have pretty open shoulders and you're interlacing the fingers behind the back, you can work on drawing the palms together. From here, releasing the arms back down onto the back, coming back up to standing. Vrikshasana, the tree pose now. Shifting the weight into the left foot, I'll show you some options here. So, ball of the right foot can rest on the floor, the right heel can rest on the top of the left foot. That's the first variation. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more today, then the ball of the right foot can rest on the top of the left foot. The right heel can rest against the left shin. That's the second variation. If you want to try to go a little bit deeper, then the right foot can go anywhere on the inside of the left leg. Sorry, my leggings are slippy. Or if you're really deep, have a really deep practice, you can take half lotus. Just make sure you're not pushing the foot against the side of the knee. It's not good for the knee joint. Whatever variation you're at, absolutely perfect. Close the eyes, concentrating on stillness. Breaking the pose, switching sides. Just realize I said close the eyes and concentrate on stillness. Obviously, the goal is to be able to close your eyes in this pose. Balancing poses are really hard to close the eyes. It's an extra challenge. So it's actually more helpful to find a still spot somewhere in the room or on the floor to gaze upon, and that's called a dristi, a focal point, and that'll help you with balance. Over time, if you feel really secure in the pose, then you can work on closing your eyes. I apologize for the confusion. All right, switching sides. Shifting the weight into the right foot now. Same variations as on the other side. While the left foot can rest on the floor, the left heel can rest on the top of the right foot. First variation. Second variation, ball of the left foot can rest on the top of the right foot. The left heel can rest against the right shin. Variation number 2. Third variation, you can work on bringing the foot up the leg. Just try not to press it into the knee like this. Or, for professionals, half lotus. Otherwise, one of these variations like me. Find a still spot on the floor to focus on and concentrate on stillness. If you feel really steady, then you can work on closing the eyes. Breaking the pose. Beautiful. Coming back to stand at the front of your mat now. Softening the knees, folding forward once again, bringing the chest to the thighs, hands to the backs of the heels or ankles, relaxing the head and neck. Or hold the opposite elbows with the hands. Hang forward. Whatever variation you're in is perfect. Just remember to keep the chest and thigh connected. This protects the lower back. Also, I like to show this example to my students. When we keep the legs straight and we're so worried about just stretching the legs, this is as far as I can go. Keeping my legs straight. I can put my palms right on the floor. If I bend my knees, this is as far as I can go. I can't straighten my legs all the way. It helps open up the lower back and it helps us not pull anything in here. So it's really good to help keep our bodies nice and safe and protected. And over time, it helps us open up more and become even more flexible. From here, you can bend the knees more if you need to bring the hands to the mat. Stepping the right foot back and lowering the knee down. The knee should be right underneath of the right hip. Creating a nice box lunge. So left ankle under the left knee, right knee under the right hip. 2 90-degree angles. From here, curl the back toes under, it helps with balance. Right hand can come to the inside, or left hand, to the inside of the left foot. Raising the right arm up. Lifting the gaze up towards the right fingertips. Imagine being able to create a straight line from the left wrist all the way up to the right fingertips. Sukha Trikonasana, a variation of the triangle pose. If this is a lot for you, you can place a block or a book if you're at home and don't have a block underneath of the hand. Gives you a little bit of extra height to help open up more. Breaking the pose now, lowering the arm down. Legs stay where they are as you lift the torso up. Left hand to the left hip. Raise the right arm up, lengthening the spine. Twist to the left, gazing over the left shoulder as right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Parshvivrita Parshvokonasana, a variation of revolved side angle pose. Breaking the pose now. Switching the legs, however, is best for you. So coming into a box lunge with the right foot forward. Right ankle underneath the right knee. Left knee under the left hip. Nice box shape. Curling the back toes under to help with balance if it's comfortable for you. Right hand to the inside of the right foot, or if you'd like, you can use a block or a book. Place the hand on that. Raising the left arm up, lengthening, twisting lifting towards the ceiling. Imagine creating a straight line from the right wrist to the left fingertips. Breaking the pose now. Bring the foot with the hands. Rest for a moment, settle the breath, and lift the torso up. From here, left hand comes to the left hip, raising the right arm up, switching sides. I'm messing up sides. Right hand does come to the right hip, raising the left arm up, lengthening the spine, lengthening up out of the left fingertips, twisting towards the right. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, twisting over the right shoulder. Pardon me for my confusing instructions. breaking the pose. Frame the foot with the hands. Stepping the right foot back now. Feet come together, knees a bit wider than the hips. Sinking the seat down, drawing the chest and the forehead down towards the mat. Child's pose once again. Settling the breath, closing the eyes, going inside. Of course, you can use a block, blanket, your hands, anything to create a pillow under the forehead if you need to. You can always place a pillow or a blanket between the seat and the heels as well. Slowly rolling up to seated now. We're going to do the hare pose. So the hare pose is a pose that's a great preparatory pose for headstand. You receive a lot of the same benefits as headstand. You don't have to worry about the balance. You also get used to what it feels like to have pressure and weight on the top of the head without, once again, having to worry about the balance. So I'll demonstrate this pose and then we can go into it together. If you still don't feel comfortable doing this, then you can lie down and do legs up the wall or just do any pose you like, but do something. Okay, so sitting tall, hands will come back to the heels or feet. Arch back, opening the heart, roll the shoulders onto the back, lifting the chin, and then begin to fold forward, tucking the chin in towards the chest, rolling forward, drawing the crown of the head down towards the mat, close to the knees. As you do so, lifting the seat to bring the crown of the head to the mat, shifting the weight into the crown of the head, work on drawing the hips over top of the shoulders. Hands can stay on the heels, or if it's easier for you, hands can go palms facing down on either side of the legs. It doesn't matter which variation, it's just what's more comfortable for you and your personal body's anatomy. To break the pose, begin to lower the seat back down, lift the head just enough to find your way into child's pose. Okay, let's do it together. So, hands come back to the heels, arching back, opening the chest and the throat, then folding forward, tucking the chin in towards the chest, drawing the crown of the head down towards the mat as close to the knees as you can. So you lift the seat to bring the head to the mat, shifting the weight into the crown of the head. Hands can either stay on the heels, or they can rest on either side of the legs, palms facing down. From here, rest in the pose for a few moments. Close the eyes. Concentrate on the breath. On the inhale and the exhale. And go back to the offering you made at the beginning of the practice. Remembering that everything is a gift beyond the individual self, an act of love. Breaking the pose now. Lowering the seat down, lifting the head to come into child's pose, resting for a few breaths. You can use any props, anything you need to do in order to make child's pose feel comfortable for you. Slowly rolling up to seated now. Next, we're going to do a couple of different options or variations for shoulder stand. So once again, you can watch me, and then we can go into them together, whichever variation works for you. So the first variation, you start off lying on your back. Hands rest, palms facing down on the floor. Raise the legs up, perpendicular to the mat. Just stay right here. The second option is you bring the hands underneath of the seat. This gives you a little bit of a lift in the hips. Fingers extend down underneath of the seat. Hands rest closer to the lower back. Once again, raising the legs up. If you have a block at home, do not you do this with a book. Do one of the first two variations I showed you. But if you do have a yoga block at home, another option you can do is start like this, press into the feet to lift the seat and the hips up. Place the block right underneath the seat. Hold the block with the hands as you raise the legs up. If you want to go a little bit higher, you can turn the block, so pressing into the feet. The block's on the skinny side now. Rest it right on the waistline between the seat and the lower back. Hold the block with the hands to keep the block secure, and raise the legs up. So those are the first few options. If you know the full shoulder stand, lifting the legs, catching the lower back or the hips with the hands, you can do the full shoulder stand. If you don't have experience with the full shoulder stand, then do one of the first few variations. Those are absolutely perfect. So, options once again, you can go ahead and go into whichever one works for you, and you can follow along with me to see. Palms were facing down either side of the body, raise the legs up. Hands can go underneath of the lower back, raise the legs up. Or you can use a block. If you're an advanced yogi, take whatever variation you want. Otherwise, stay in one of these ones like me. And close the eyes. Shoulder stand is the mother of all of the poses, meaning the entire body benefits from this pose. It's a complete pose. So imagine that the best of the best is taking place here. Breaking the pose, lowering the legs down now. Extending the legs out, resting for a few breaths, like you're going to sleep. Let go. Releasing any tension or fatigue. If you know the plow pose, go ahead and do the plow. Otherwise, follow along with me. Raising the legs up, bending the knees, drawing the knees down towards the armpits, taking hold of the inside of the feet, close to the arches of your feet. Pressing on the feet to draw the knees down towards the floor, opening up the hips and the backs of the legs. The happy baby pose. Remembering to breathe. Breaking the pose now, releasing the legs. Extending the legs out, once again resting for a few breaths. Letting go of everything. From here, coming up onto the elbows and forearms. Bringing the elbows and forearms as close together as you can to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. So begin to drop the head back gently. Sukha Matsyasana, a variation of the fish pose. This pose not only opens the heart, but it also massages the throat, opening the throat. It's good for the thyroid gland, promoting hormonal balance throughout the endocrine system and body. Pressing the elbows and forearms into the mat, you slowly draw the chin back up to the chest, and then releasing, finding your way onto your backs, letting go of everything. Going to sleep for a few moments. Bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor close to the seat. Arms rest by either side, palms facing down. Pressing the feet and the shoulders into the mat now. So lift the seat and roll up one vertebrae at a time into the bridge pose once again. If you'd like, you can roll the shoulders underneath the back a little. Interlace the fingers on the mat. Pressing the feet and the shoulders into the mat. Imagine drawing the chest to the chin. Engaging the muscles in the seat, thighs, and around the knees. And breaking the pose, coming down. If you'd like, you can hug the knees in towards the chest, rocking a little from side to side, allowing the floor to massage the lower back. From here, extending the legs out. Resting the arms on either side, close the eyes. Taking a few moments to settle the breath and recharge. As you inhale, drawing in bright, white, healing light. As you exhale, releasing any tension, discomfort, or fatigue. Inhale, drawing in bright, white, healing light. Exhale and letting go of anything that does not serve you well. From here, bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor close to the seat. Extending the right leg up now. Softening the knee, making sure that the knee is bent. Taking hold of the back of the right thigh with the hands. Drawing the right thigh in towards the chest, the right knee in towards the armpit. If the chest and the thigh connect, then you can go deeper. Otherwise, just stay right here. If they connect, hands can move to the calf or ankle, maintaining the chest and thigh connection, working on straightening the right leg. Otherwise, just stay right here. We're at whichever variation you're in. If you want to deepen the stretch, work on straightening the left leg onto the mat. Breaking the pose now. Releasing the right leg. Placing the right foot on the floor close to the seat. Extending the left leg up. Bending the left knee, softening the muscles in the back of the leg. Taking hold of the back of the left thigh. Drawing the left thigh in towards the chest and the left knee in towards the armpit. If the chest and the thigh connect, then you can go deeper. But otherwise, just stay right here like me. If you can go deeper, maintaining the chest and thigh connection. Make sure they stay connected as hands move to the calf or ankle. Keeping the chest and thigh connected, working on straightening the left leg. Otherwise, stay right here like me. Wherever you're at is absolutely perfect. Whichever variation, if you want to deepen the pose, working on straightening the right leg onto the mat. Breaking the pose now. Releasing the left leg. Resting for a few breaths. From here, bending the knees. Placing the feet on the floor close to the seat. Options here for this pose. First variation, hugging the right knee in towards the chest. You can stay right here. Next variation, bringing the right ankle to the left knee. You can press the right hand into the right thigh to help open the hip. If you want to go deeper, interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh, drawing the left thigh in towards the chest as you press the right elbow or lower arm into the right leg, helping to open the right hip. Breaking the pose now. Releasing the legs. Switching sides. First option, you can hug the right knee, or the left knee, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Breathing into any points of tension. If you want to go deeper, you can bring the left ankle to the right knee. If you'd like, you can press the left hand into the left thigh, helping to deepen the stretch. If you want a deeper variation, interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh, drawing the right thigh in towards the chest as you press the left elbow or lower arm into the left leg, helping to open the left hip. Remember, whatever variation you're in is absolutely perfect. No pain and no strain. Just allow the pose to be an act of love. Breaking the pose now, releasing the legs. Feet on the floor, close to the seat. Extending the arms out to a T. Lowering the knees down towards the left side of the floor. As you gaze over the right shoulder, pressing the shoulders into the mat as you twist. If you'd like, left hand can come to anywhere on the left leg to aid in the twist. Or you can place a blanket underneath of the knees. Coming back to center now. Same thing on the other side. Lowering the knees down towards the right side of the floor. Gazing over the left shoulder. Twisting once again as you press the shoulders into the mat. Same options as on the other side. You can stay in this variation. You can bring the right hand to the left thigh or knee as you press the shoulders into the mat to aid in the twist. Or you can place a block or a blanket underneath of the knees to give you some extra height. Whatever works best for you and your body today. Coming back to center. Extending the legs out. Resting for a few breaths, letting go of everything. Shavasana, deep relaxation, my personal favorite part. So, doing whatever you need to do to get comfortable and to relax. If you'd like, you can put on another layer, sweatshirt, sweater, some socks, anything like that. The body tends to cool down when you relax. I know I always get chilly. If you'd like a pillow or a blanket, both, anything like that, a bolster to go under the knees, anything to help you get comfortable. Take a few moments to get yourself all set up now. It's really good to be as comfortable as you can for the relaxation so you can be completely still. Preparing to relax now. Taking this time to let go and to leave the body by itself. Like you're going into a deep, deep sleep. Slow and steady breath. Make any final adjustments to make sure you're completely comfortable. Then prepare to let go, to relax, restore, to repair, recharge, and rejuvenate. During this practice, the only thing that will move is your concentration. Everything else will remain absolutely still, leaving the body by itself, preparing to let go. Bringing the attention to the left foot and toes now. Completely letting go of the left foot and all of the toes. Relaxing the ankle now and the lower leg. Losing all sensation in the front, the back, and all sides of the knee now. Completely letting go of the thigh and the hip. Bringing the concentration to the left hand and fingers now. Completely relaxing the left hand and all the fingers. Losing all sensation in the wrist now and in the forearm. Completely letting go of the entire elbow joint region. Relaxing the upper arm and the shoulder now. Moving the awareness now to the right foot and toes, losing all sensation in the right foot and all the toes. Letting go of the ankle now and the lower leg. Completely relaxing the front, the back, and all sides of the knee now. Losing all sensation in the thigh and in the hip. Bringing the focus to the right hand and fingers. Completely letting go of the right hand and all of the fingers now. Relaxing the wrist and the forearm. Losing all sensation in the elbow joint region. Letting go of the upper arm and the shoulder now. Bringing the attention to the stomach and the abdominal region. Completely relaxing the stomach and the abdominal region now. The internal organs receive a break. Losing all sensation in the chest and the rib cage now. The breathing is soft. Letting go of the entire spine now. Relaxing the lower, the middle, and the upper back. Losing all sensation in the back of the neck, and the throat softens. Releasing all tension from the jaw. Letting go of the face. Relaxing the chin and the lips, the tongue inside the mouth. forehead, temples, letting go of it all, relaxing the top, back, and sides of the head, losing all sensation throughout the entire body now, completely letting go, free and at peace, connected with the true self, receiving a sense of who you are beyond the mind, body, the essence of truth. Who are you? Preparing to come out now, beginning to deepen the breath, drawing the awareness back to the physical body. If you'd like, you can make small micro movements, wiggling the fingers and the toes, helping to wake the body up. If you wish, you can reach the arms up overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. Or you can hug the knees in towards the chest, rolling to one side. And whenever you're ready, taking however much time you need to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting tall, eyes closed, concentrating on the breath, on the inhale and the exhale. Noticing any subtle changes, any sensations after the practice. the attention to the center of the chest, to the right side of the physical heart. There, in a tiny cavity, like a cave, smaller than an atom, resides the true self, the house of the soul, like a bright beacon, bright white light, infinite and pure. It shares with you the teachings of love, of doing what is right, of seeing the oneness in all. Taking this time to send love out to all those that need it, that are suffering, particularly those in marginalized and minority communities, those facing social and systemic injustices and depression. Sending major love out to all those on the front lines during this pandemic, helping to protect and keep all of us safe. Thank you all. Sending love out to everyone, everywhere, to all beings, to the entire universe. Thank you. I see you. I love you. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy, peaceful, and free from suffering, including those in marginalized communities, no matter your race, your gender, your sexuality, your body type. May you be happy, peaceful, and free. May the plants, may the animals, may Mama Earth, may all beings be happy, peaceful, and free. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Allow these practices to help us to continue to share love and light, to remember to do what is right, to help serve others, to rid others of suffering. And remember that in difficult times, we must do what is right out of love, not what is easy and convenient for ourselves. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we be receptive to the divine grace within. Thank you all so much for joining me for this practice. I'm honored to be able to teach and to share this with you. Thank you to Dharma Yoga Vermont for giving me the ability to share this with you, an outlet and a space to teach, as well as a virtual and online platform. Thank you to all of my students that always offer me so much love and support. class for us coming together. Thank you for everyone that is working towards an equal, equitable, and just world so that we truly can all come together, so that we can collectively work towards freedom and liberation. Om Shanti.